Blood doesn't make you family. Loyalty does. How you doing, fam? Black Phoenix checking in. I wanted to talk to you just for briefly about that because it was something I was thinking about today, and I know we all face loyalty issues, disloyalty issues, and I just want to speak for the record, man. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way, but blood doesn't make you family. Loyalty does, and I had to learn that. Like, I really think that we learn it. I think it the closer we get to um, the closer we get to our mid life, so to speak, 50 years old, I say, closer you get to that 50, you see that how life repeats itself. History repeats itself. There's nothing new under the sun, family. Absolutely nothing new under the sun. And we get caught up in thinking that just because someone is connected to us, brother, sister, cousin, auntie, uncle, we think that they're obligated to show us some type of affection or, to be real with us. You know, growing up, that's how you would think, oh man, that's my family, they love me. But it's not like that all the time, fam. A lot of times the people that you love that you call family will be the first ones to put you on the cross, so to speak, the first ones to abandon you. If it wasn't so, it would never be written that your family will forsake you. And he said, I'll rise of you another family. You know what I'm saying? So it happens, fam. It happens. So don't take it too hard when you have to cut off family members because it happens, fam. You know what I mean? If I haven't learned nothing else from traveling back into Arkansas, that my heart was broken by a lot of my family members. I had to realize that just because I love them and it was death before dishonor with me, like I would do anything, doesn't mean that they're gonna return that same favor, show me that same love. You know, Working on my mom's house, family, I had a lot of my cousins and family members who said, "Oh, I'm gonna come over there and help you. Oh, I'm gonna come sweep the floor. I'm gonna come do something." But every time they came to town, they was always at my mama's house. Always at my mama's house. But they couldn't pick up a broom, sweep a floor, help me throw away a trash bag. Now they said they was. I never seen them, family. So it didn't. At first, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a little painful because I didn't ask for it. But I assumed that, for them to say, "Hey man, your mama did so much for me. I want to come and help you fix her house up." It didn't work like that, fam. And then once you get everything up and going, you can give it to someone who's still ungrateful. So one thing I learned about family is blood family will be the first ones to cut your throat, the first ones to throw you under the bus, the first ones to leave you out there hanging. Now, you're gonna have some blood family that's do or die, that's loyal. Because I have a few. I can put them in this hand. Just a few. I can't hold them like this. I ain't got that many. You know what I mean? I got a few I can hold like this. And those few I value. You know what I mean? Every chance I get, I check on them. I text them. Or when I'm in town, they ain't even got to, know I'm coming. I'm going straight over there to say what's up. So they can see my face. I can hug. You know what I mean? But that's our. But I had just noticed that, a lot of the family members that I loved and people that I would have did whatever for a family, I ain't gonna lie, left me out in the cold. You know what I mean? And it makes you feel some type of way as an adult, especially when you're willing to give someone your all and you realize that, man, blood doesn't make you family. You know what I mean? It's almost like blood makes a person more quicker to step on you, a little quicker um, to do you wrong, so to speak. It's almost because they feel like, well, it's family. You gonna forgive me? If I take your money, you'll forgive me. You ain't gonna do nothing. Now they won't take nobody else's money, but they'll take your money and be like, well, he gonna forgive me. That's family, huh? You know what I mean? They'll be, it's just crazy, fam. It's just crazy. And I'm just at this point in my life now. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm at this point in my life now where I just realized that family is who you make it. So just keep that in mind. Family is who you make it. It's not just because they are born, in the same household or y'all got the same granddaddy or same grandmother. That doesn't really mean anything, fam, to a certain extent. So if you're going through something, fam, just realize that you're gonna meet a stranger that's gonna be closer than your family members. And That's just how life been. You're gonna meet someone maybe from your past or someone that you've been knowing or someone you just met that's gonna be more loyal to you than your own blood, your own flesh and blood. So if I have learned anything last year, because that last year was most definitely a catch 22, so to speak. You know what they say, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If I learned anything from last year, it'll be that family isn't blood. It doesn't, blood doesn't make you family. Loyalty does. Loyalty, death before dishonor does. And there was a lot of people that, I thought was family. And that's the part that hurts the most because when you view a person as family, you're willing to do whatever. And until you see who they are, you know, you'll continue doing that. And once you see who a person is, you have to be grown enough to accept it for what it is and move on, or you can continue to do what you do, and be caught up in that situation with them. So just wanted to say, fam, briefly today that don't get caught up in thinking just because someone is your blood relative or your blood family doesn't mean that they got your best interest at heart. Doesn't mean that they will ever have your best interest at heart. So majority of the time, it's going to be a stranger. It's going to be maybe a friend that you grew up with, maybe, but you ain't gonna have a whole lot. But those you do have, hold them in your hand dearly and close. Make sure you let them know you love them, hug them, kiss them every time you get a chance because they're important, fam. And it's life as you get closer to the middle of it or the end of it. You get to thinking like, at this point in my life, I don't know how long I got. I've already outlived a lot of people that I grew up with and people that who had passed before they time in my life. So, I'm 42, going on 43. So, life could be a little longer or a little shorter. Who knows? But up to this point, I know this much. I know that I lost a lot of love and respect for those who was my family members, and I don't even respond to them no more. I got a few of them that probably then reached out to me just to say, out the blue, how they feel like, man, I ain't saying nothing to them. I might need to say something. I don't even respond, fam. I just let it go. No ill will, none of that. But I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to no family gatherings, none of that. I'm done with that. If it's a family gathering, it's going to be with my true family. Just me just going so I can hang out. I'm just done with that, fam. We had our family reunion the first time, and I was able to see some of the kids, and then that was a nice time, fam. It wasn't no bickering. It was cool. So if I never get a chance to see family again, I got a chance to see them last year at our first family reunion for the Oaks family, and I'm at peace with that, fam. My goal is to help other people I don't know. I put a lot of time and energy into helping strangers because a lot of times I get a better return from helping them than I do my own blood. So it is what it is. But I do want to say this, you're gonna meet those stages in life, and even though you might get into a situation like that, just keep in mind not to get bitter, fam, because it's easy to get bitter. And someone might say you bitter because you just cut them off, but now you're just focusing on your mental health, on your well-being. And the best way to do that sometimes is to cut people off. Just cut them off. Say, hey, it is what it is, fam. Cut them off. And your family might be strangers. Strangers encourage one another. Strangers don't. A lot of times ain't asking you something for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind, man. Don't be, too hard on them, but sometimes you just got to cut them short and just not speak to them, not talk to them, act like you dead. And it's crazy because I remember one time before I let you go, I wrote a poem one time talking about I had a funeral today, and it was pretty much saying that I had to bury some people. I cried my heart out. I hate to see him go. I hate to see I had to cut off some friends, family members. But I had to let them go. And sometimes we got to have our own personal funerals in our lives. We have to bury family members that's still living, bury people that's still living in our lives just so we can have a better life and move on. So keep that in mind. Be blessed. Keep getting your hog on. I'm out.